Welcome back to the Not Carrie Bradshaw YouTube channel. In this video, I'm recapping the season finale of season 1 of Bigger on BET. Y'all know I've been super into this show. I'm so excited that I started watching it at the perfect time because I only have to wait a couple of weeks for season 2. It premieres on BET Plus, the streaming service, on April 22nd. So I will be recapping season 2. So make sure you come right on back here. Okay, so we can talk about it as a family. So let's just jump right in because this finale gave us quite a bit, right? So Deon has quit his job. He's really leaning in to the unemployed life. Deon ain't shaved. Deon ain't cut off his cable to save money. Deon ain't washing his ass to save water. A bridge too far. A bridge too far. At least wash your ass, like, my God. And we know that Deon is like super cheap. So we know that Deon probably has like a pretty significant amount of savings, like in his emergency fund, despite the fact that his family be in his pockets or whatever. So I'm sure that he's probably really just like, it's like, relax. Like, yes, save money, live a little bit more frugal, but wash your ass. So Vince comes over to check on him, see how he's living, tells him that he smells like an old tooth. And, lets him know with that Drake-like complexion, you're going to be fine. You're qualified and you're light skinned. You're fine. Let's go to the strip club. Because that's what you do when you're trying to save money. I don't know, Vince. I don't fully understand your strategy here, but I support it, I guess. Because it ain't ever my money that I'm spending in the strip club. Shouts out to my brothers. I appreciate you. So the guys go to the strip club. Deon has specifically $276 in ones. Why $276? Why that specific number? That reminds me of when I was little. My best friend's mom, back when gas was cheap, different economy. My best friend's mom would ask for the most random amount of money on gas. Like, she would be like, give me like $2.13 on pump 1. Auntie, where are we going? Anyway, just then Deon gets a call from his mom that her roof needs to be replaced. So he trying to tell people to pour the liquor back in the bottle, scoop the money back up off the floor. We got to get the hell out of here. And I continue to just not see it for Deon's mom. Number one, because I didn't like her energy towards Layne when they met. I don't like people who are just immediately hostile to new people. That's a sign of just extreme immaturity. Had a mango earlier. Sometimes insecurity as well, like for you to just immediately be hostile towards a person. It's like, oh, I have to get to know people first. That's fine. You don't have to like meet someone and give them your social security number or, donate a kidney to them, but at least be cordial to a person, when you first meet them. I have a real serious problem with people who have no social graces. That really irks me. But also, I don't like the fact that she's so in Deon's pockets. Like, I think unless your kid is fantabulously wealthy, you shouldn't be expecting for them to take care of your life in that way. Especially because she's still of working age. Like, are you just fully not working? And like, why are you expecting so much from him? And Deon didn't give me the impression that he was just rich like that, So it's like, you have to on some level know that your son is sacrificing in order to help you. You're the parent here. It's just, I don't like that dynamic. I feel like you're taking advantage. I just don't like that. Obviously, if it's extenuating circumstances, sure, but to just have the expectation or the entitlement to your child's money, I don't like that. Not over here. So Layne is getting interviewed for a blog, and she's talking about her transition from the corporate world to becoming her own business owner. And I think as this woman is interviewing Layne, she's really coming to understand for herself, like, how far she's come and how good of a job she's actually done with, stepping out on faith. And even though she did have a plan and, she kind of sensed that she was going to be let go from her corporate marketing job, you know, she still took the plunge and opened her store. They also highlighted the fact that she employed Willie, which I know she didn't really do for like PR purposes, but it is a really dope thing that she did to, you know, kind of, because Layne is technically a gentrifier. So I think in some instances, you can't help but to be. And the way to kind of combat the negative parts of that is, number one, to not expect for the people who lived in that neighborhood to compromise on the culture of the neighborhood just because you're there. But to also just build a sense, you know, work with people within the community to build a sense of community that you've come into. So I still really like that Layne did that. And the friends are really excited that, you know, she's getting this feature and, you know, they want to celebrate her. And it's always good, too, to have something like that be celebrated by your friends. Your friends should always be hyping you up, always helping you to celebrate your wins. Otherwise, they ain't your friends, okay? So Tracy is really embracing and leaning into a more natural presentation for her food blog YouTube channel. I'm just so excited because they have been dropping, you know, breadcrumbs the whole season that she should have just been a food blogger. So I was really happy that she actually leaned into it and did it. I would be interested to know what exactly the makeup team did to give her this natural look. You will not catch me on camera without makeup. I'm not that girl. It's no tea, no shade to anyone who is. If you're confident in your skin like that, more power to you. It just won't be me. But shouts out to Tracy. This is a good look for her. Good look for her. So Veronica's new building is doing really well. She got all the units rented out, and her colleague slash, you know, colleague with benefit, is really like, you know, I'm really happy for you. I'm proud of you, you know. And Veronica is like, I really want to purchase a plot of land and build my own house. He lets her know that he's really trying to be her Stedman, you know, really bigging her up like, you're dope, you're all of these things. And it occurs to me, which we've kind of seen throughout the whole season, Veronica is a very avoidant person. And I wonder if we're going to get some more clues or some more backstory about why she is that way. I mean, we saw the flashback to school. Did that incident with, you know, that frat guy scar her that much that she just is now completely not into dudes in a committed kind of way? Like, what exactly happened that she's so avoidant of, you know, commitment or relationships when it comes, well, romantic commitment? I really hope we delve into that a little bit more in season 2 and get some character development there for Veronica. And listen, a little afternoon delight in the privacy of your office with another consenting adult. Good move, Veronica. Happy for you, girl. Get some for me too. So Vince invites the crew to his next bar mitzvah function. You know, again, celebrating wins, because Vince is getting booked. Vince is booked and blessed and busy, okay, on the bar mitzvah circuit. And I'm happy for Vince. You know, he's found his niche and he is leaning into it. So he invites the crew out. So Tracy gets a call from the producer of the reality show that she was once on. I think it was called Basketball Exes. They want her back on the show. He's pitching it to her like, you know, you'll get to tell your side of the story. They're getting so much positive feedback because of the fight on the reunion. So they want her back on the show, which happens all the time in reality shows. They swap people in and out all the time. But Tracy is like, no, I'm doing my own thing. This way I have control over my narrative. And it is, you know, she made a very valid point that like, yeah, of course y'all are, you know, doing really well since you have a group of Black women fighting on camera. And like, she just doesn't want to be a part of that. So she declines the offer. But of course, you know, this producer, I want to fight him. We'll get to what he did shortly. So the crew gets to the bar mitzvah, and of course, Deon and Layne have really weird energy towards each other because Deon basically got spooked I want to say he got spooked. He got triggered or insulted or spooked, whatever, by him and Layne's last interaction. They kind of broke things off, which obviously Layne wasn't really prepared for. It was a conversation or a debate. You know, they could have really just like talked about it, but you know, now they don't know how to act around each other. And Deon kind of just like wants to move on, and he's, you know, kind of making eyes at her, which Tracy is catching on to. Tracy is my kind of girl because I too catch everything. I might not say nothing, but I catch everything. And it's understandably awkward between the two of them. And it's interesting too, because I feel like dudes always just want to move on. Like they'll resolve an issue in their head and just expect for you to either like somehow magically catch on. And, you know, they want to be cool now, but they haven't said anything to you. Ain't apologized, ain't made amends, ain't really done nothing. And you just like, I know you're lying to me. So he finally tells Layne, like, listen, I was wrong. You know, I read your article and you were right. You know, I quit my job, and reading your article and about your story really inspired me and affirmed my decision to quit my job. And I'm just so proud of you. And, you know, he felt, you know, and he also said something that I think is important for a lot of us to catch on to, which is that your worth cannot be determined by your job title, how much money you make. It's a very like capitalist mindset to tie your worth to your work. And I think all of us around this age, you know, where they are, kind of catch on to that, where it's like something here isn't right. And if you're fortunate enough to have, you know, the cushion financially to step back from that and to do something else, to, you know, kind of redefine yourself or look for another career that's more in alignment with who you are. That's something that a lot of people tend to do, I think, around this time. I know quite a few of my friends have done that. You know, looked for passion projects, even if they didn't completely switch gears. But either way, you know, Deon has had this epiphany, and Layne is like, okay. And so she's really not trying to hear it. But then Deon gives her an ultimatum. I love when people say ultimatum instead of ultimatum. That just tickles my spirit. But anyway, Deon gives her an ultimatum like, are you trying to be with me or not? Is you in or is you at? What we doing here? And they end up having a quickie in the bathroom. Again, get some for me too. P.S. Veronica looks like she might be choosing on Vince, since Vince is doing well. Vince is getting a little bit successful. I feel like Veronica's having second thoughts about having cut him off. We'll see season 2. So backing up, basically, you know, Tracy, being the influencer that she is, she Instagram lives the party and the location. The producer sees this, and in order to lure her back onto the show, sends the police to arrest her and the other girls. Obviously, Layne does not handle being arrested well. Obviously. Veronica is she's kind of playing it cool, you know, and Tracy is really leaning in. Tracy is like, just make sure that my mugshot looks really good, you know, priorities. I'm with it. If you don't get arrested, at least look good in your mugshot. I don't know how good you want to look in the cell. Anywho, so Tracy decides that she's gonna, you know, give in to the producer, and she's just like, whatever, just get me out. I'll be back on the show. Understandable, okay? Especially if you don't have the kind of family that can like bail you out. You don't have that kind of support system. I understand, but I felt really bad for her that it's like she's gotten to this really great place independently, and she's being sucked back into this reality TV show world, and that really made me feel bad for her. But also, she kind of leaned into it as well, so which we saw upon her exit. Veronica realizes that she really does not have anyone to call. She really doesn't have anyone in her life that she can really reach out to in that way. And again, where's Veronica's family? She mentioned her dad, and what I got from that is that her and her dad have that kind of like bond of, you know, he taught her how to, you know, build stuff and be handy. But where was her family? It looks like she actually put up her property in order to bail herself out, which I don't really see a problem. Let me be honest. I'm not super familiar with how that works, but I feel like as long as you don't like abscond or, you know, whatever, it's fine. They're not going to like take your property away. I don't know. I could be wrong. Drop down in the comments. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. Like, it doesn't seem like that big of a risk to put up your own property. We'll see. I don't know. And Layne. Damn, Layne. She doesn't want to call Deon because Deon has quit his job. Deon's family is always in need. She doesn't want to put him in a bind. So Layne calls Greg. And she walks out of the precinct with Greg in tow. And Deon walks up, you know, prepared to get her out. And his face just cracks. And Greg is kind of looking like, why are you looking like this? Did something happen here? Like, Greg is kind of piecing things together. And that's where we end for season 1. I cannot wait to see what happens after that parking lot scene. Because, baby, I understand Layne not wanting to put Deon in a bind. I'm in a bind, Nate. Name that movie. I get it, but at the same time, and then also they didn't really settle on where they were relationship-wise. You know, they had a quickie. There wasn't really like an answer, but damn, to call Greg and leave that man alone. You don't want him. You don't want him. Anyway, I loved season 1. I'm looking forward to season 2. Looking forward to recapping it with you guys. So I will see you back here in a couple weeks so we can chat it up. Thank you guys for joining me. Make sure that you subscribe and like and comment and share and all of those good things. And if you like what you saw here and want to help me to continue to create free content, become a patron on my Patreon. Link in episode description. All right, guys. Bye.